Sure. I'm Josh Roth. I'm an assistant professor at the University of Wisconsin-Madison in orthopedics and rehabilitation and mechanical engineering. Yeah, so my grad school mentors I had co-mentors in grad school, Maury Hull and Stephen Howell. So Maury's an engineer and Stephen Howell is an orthopedic surgeon. So that's really how I got started in orthopedics research. I kind of stumbled into it, actually. I knew that I wanted to go into biomechanics because it was a nice crossover between my background in undergrad in mechanical engineering and my interest in applying the mechanical engineering background to human health. And it just so happened that Maury and Steve did orthopedic research. So I wanted to work with them. And then so I ended up doing orthopedics. And now I really decided to stay in there because I really, really like it. Yeah, so my specific area of interest in orthopedic biomechanics is joint and ligament biomechanics, and I mainly focus on the knee right now. And I'm really interested in how joint and ligament biomechanics change after orthopedic interventions like total knee arthroplasty, or how they change with progressive degenerative diseases such as osteoarthritis. And one of the questions that my lab is currently focusing on is what is the proper tension in the ligaments in the knee? So we know that we think that this varies from person to person. So when you're looking at targeting treatments, it's really important to be able to give the surgeons a certain number that they can hit. And this question has really led us down a range of different studies. So we have some ongoing studies looking at developing a novel sensor to be able to measure ligament tension directly, which is something that people haven't done before. And then it's also led us down some more fundamental study routes to look at how diseases such as osteoarthritis change the ligaments. Yeah, so it's been an interesting kind of diverse set of studies, from these very translational applied engineering studies to more fundamental basic science kind of studies. I think in my area of really applied translational research, I think one of the most important strengths that I've developed through grad school is being able to look at these research questions and challenges from multiple perspectives. So that really started by having co-mentors, one being an engineer and one being a clinician in grad school. It really helped me, think about a question as an engineer and break it down into its individual parts, but then also be able to appreciate the clinical side of the problem, so that when I'm thinking through solutions, I can think about not just a solution, but a solution that could actually be implemented in the clinic. And so I think that's really helpful in my area of research, and it's something that I try to pass on to my trainees, because you can come up with a really great solution, but if you can't translate it into practice, it's not going to be as impactful as if you can find a way to get it into the clinic as quickly as possible. Yes, the ORS has really supported me by giving me lots of opportunities to both present my work and then also be involved in the society. I was a member of the new investigator mentoring committee for the past 3 years. And so that's really given me an opportunity to contribute to the society and learn about the mentoring and help improve mentoring in the society, which is something that I'm really passionate about. And I think what I really like about the ORS is that it's such a diverse group. Everyone's focused on orthopedic research, but orthopedic research is such a broad field that it's really exciting to be able to interact with people that, if you were in a smaller society, subspecialty group, you wouldn't get these other perspectives on the research questions that you're addressing. So being able to talk to people that are doing stem cell biology, or some of these more fundamental things that are far out of my wheelhouse, but it's really interesting to learn about the questions they're answering. And then when you find these kind of crossovers, it gets really exciting, because you can see new collaborations and fresh ideas on the questions that you've been thinking about. Yeah, so since I moved to Madison, made it more of a priority to do things outside of the lab. I think hopefully that happens to people more earlier than me starting my postdocing and faculty position. But I've really embraced the outdoor activities here in Madison. So we have a ton of lakes. So I've really got into canoeing and paddleboarding when the lakes are thawed. And then in the winter, I've really started. I was advised when you move to a cold weather place that you have to find one activity that you're passionate about and really cling on to it to get you through the winter. So I really have started cross country skiing and really enjoy cross country skiing when we have snow.